So keeping up with what's coming in your home and servicing what now probably is on an average about 20 Wi-Fi devices in a particular home, and majority of them are sourcing some form of video, gaming, if not today, in near future, XR, VR, mixed reality, which is going to be extremely latency sensitive and speed and feed sensitive. You require best-in-class Wi-Fi to not only deal with the needs of speeds and feeds, but also while in a very congested devices set up in the network. And so that says Wi-Fi 7 is exactly what the doctor ordered to partner with these broadband technologies.
Hey, this is Martha DeGrasse here again for Wi-Fi Alliance, and this is The Signal, our podcast, where we give you the inside track on Wi-Fi. We are here at CES 2025, and we are delighted to welcome Rahul Patel from Qualcomm. He is Group General Manager, Connectivity, Broadband, and Networking. Rahul, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Martha, for having me. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's exciting to be here, and it's always a lot of energy here at CES. So last time we talked to you, you were talking about the ramp speed of Wi-Fi 7 and predicting that it might ramp quicker than previous generations of Wi-Fi. What have you seen?
I think things have changed a little bit. It ramped a lot faster than what I thought it was going to. And it's just that Wi-Fi is very pervasive now in our lives. Number one. Number two, the demand for speeds and feeds and the appetite for growing on that dimension is unabated. And so all those things combined, Wi-Fi 7 is seeing a tremendous amount of pickup in terms of acceptance and deployment across almost all market segments that we participate in. And as Qualcomm, we are probably one of the most broadest in our portfolio of market segments play with Wi-Fi, going from IoT to access infrastructure, to mobile phones, to PCs, to automotive, to industrial IoT. And everywhere we see there's a ramp of Wi-Fi 7. Generally, things were skewed in the past at a new generation launch. Now, almost simultaneously across the entire landscape of market segments. So, very excited that I got proven wrong, and it is a lot more faster than what I thought with Wi-Fi 7.
All right. Well, I don't think you were that wrong. But yeah, we have been hearing that it has picked up quickly and that the adoption has been across industry segments. We're going to focus a little bit on one industry segment, which is broadband, specifically fiber to the home and 5G fixed wireless access. How is that driving demand for home Wi-Fi?
Excellent question. These are the two broadband technologies that are the technologies for the future for broadband. Majority of the rest of the wired broadband is probably waning out, and largely because it's out of fashion from speeds, feeds point of view, scalability point of view for the future. Fiber to the home is the most prevalent broadband across the world. Probably about 40% of the world's broadband is today fiberized. And then there's this 60% of the rest of the world broadband, which is legacy wired implementations from DSL, telephone lines to cable. And that is going to get revamped into either fiber or 5G fixed wireless access. 5G fixed wireless access is the fastest growing broadband technology right now in the world. Again, it is something that has eclipsed our own internal forecast, Qualcomm being quote unquote the center of universe when it comes to 5G. Fixed wireless access with 5G, we pioneered, we led the marketplace, and right now we see, and not only through our looking lens, but through various market research reports, that between now and 2030, it is going to grow at 20% clip rate on an average, on an annual basis, in terms of the deployment. Majority of the growth is coming from Asia Pacific. US is also seeing a lot of growth, but that is like huge numbers. We are seeing in hundreds of millions of units by 2030 as broadband subscription with 5G fixed wireless access.
So I don't know about Asia, but here in the U.S., it's always on fallow spectrum. They never build a site just for 5G FWA. But nonetheless, you still think it will grow at those rates through 2030?
Yes, I think it's an excellent question. I think what you are referring to is the usage of sub-6 spectrum for 5G and also for our day-to-day handsets and other things that we use. So clearly, I think the two big leaders in the United States with 5G fixed wireless access are T-Mobile and Verizon. They both have largely deployed fixed wireless access in the sub-6 spectrum. However, keep in mind, 5G is also about millimeter wave. That is a brand new, largely untapped spectrum that can be deployed for broadband usage. And so that's the next chapter in the world of 5G fixed wireless broadband.
Can it propagate far enough?
No, it's not going to be as propagative as sub-6. However, network infrastructure can be upgraded with fairly inexpensive compact macro implementations.
Okay.
That could ultimately densify the network enough to kind of have reliable 5G millimeter wave fixed wireless access.
Okay, well that's exciting. So this has a lot of room to grow. Let's talk a little bit more about how important it is to integrate Wi-Fi with 5G FWA and with FTTH.
Yeah, it's again another excellent question. With fiber, the speeds and feeds can go up to now 25 gig and potentially up to 50. That's what's in the works. So speeds and feeds from the internet into the home are not an issue when it comes to fiber. Last year, we as Qualcomm announced a 10 gig platform for 5G fixed wireless access. And so again, speeds and feeds is lesser of an issue with wireless broadband now going forward. And this is all in sub-6. And you go to millimeter wave, you probably get a lot more broadband speeds and feeds with 5G fixed wireless access as well. So keeping up with what's coming in your home and servicing what now probably is on an average about 20 Wi-Fi devices in a particular home, and majority of them are sourcing some form of video, gaming, if not today, in near future, XR, VR, mixed reality, which is going to be extremely latency sensitive and speed and feed sensitive. You require best-in-class Wi-Fi to not only deal with the needs of speeds and feeds, but also while in a very congested devices set up in the network. And so that says Wi-Fi 7 is exactly what the doctor ordered to partner with these broadband technologies.
Right, and a lot of times you need those speeds to be almost symmetrical, right? Because more and more of these devices are uploading as well as downloading,
and
right?
Unlike other broadband technologies and some of the other broadband technologies, these are going to be very complementary with Wi-Fi, with fixed wireless access and fiber to the home.
Are there any smart devices or any applications that are particularly driving demand for home Wi-Fi right now, growing faster than expected?
Clearly, I think everything, right? From your EV cars to your television screens, to your devices, to your home door lock opener with a camera now.
Yeah.
You can see this, this phenomenon that we all had envisioned a few years back. It's now a reality. And so there's a lot of demand for, speeds and feeds and certain amount of latency and precision in connectivity.
And a lot of these devices are going to integrate AI in one form or another. I know that you have integrated an AI coprocessor with the networking circuits on your chips. Can you give us a little bit of information about that?
Yes, absolutely. Qualcomm is, as a company, known for bringing AI at the edge, be it the smartphone, be it the PC, be it some IoT platforms, be it robotics platforms. And so networking was no different for us in that regard, especially the access point, which is the center of universe for the home. Why not bring edge AI capabilities into the access point itself? Because that's where every other device connects. So a device that is as simple as a Raspberry Pi based camera, very rudimentary, simple, does not have a whole lot of processing capability, can be pre and post processed right there in your access gateway with the neural signal processing capabilities that Qualcomm platforms would have. And so now, instead of taking that feed of pixels from that camera all the way to the cloud, bringing it back processed, the amount of latency and the dependency on the WAN network is probably not conducive to the real experience that you desire from that camera, which is instantaneous inference of what's happening in your neighborhood, your home, whatnot, right? And so that is one big application that you can get with bringing AI in the access point. The second big is just elevate the network experience to a certain level of intelligence that otherwise is not available. And all of this without compromising on security, your personal data, and many other things that would otherwise be residing in the cloud.
Okay, all right, great. Looking ahead, how do you see AI and Wi-Fi technologies continuing to evolve together?
Well, I think not many today would probably see it the way I see it. I see them to be very symbiotic in their relationship. One will, at the edge especially,
And why would not many people see it that way?
I don't know, because not many people are seeing the importance of the network in the home in context of AI. But
Okay.
we see that to keep up with the speeds and feeds and latency requirements of certain inference capabilities and post-processing, you need to have the same speeds and feeds going back into your device from connectivity point of view. Layer on top of that, the topic that we just touched on, how congested our home is going to be if we don't have the best quality Wi-Fi, along with the speeds and feeds that's going to deal with all kinds of congestion, techniques like MLO, right, that Wi-Fi 7 brings in to give you the best quote-unquote medium to work with. And so very symbiotic in nature, number one. Number two, if you want to bring the benefits of AI, the best-in-class Wi-Fi has to go with it. And so this is not stopping here with Wi-Fi 7. In my opinion, this journey, as large language models get a lot more optimized and can be processed at the edge in the home on an access point, which otherwise in the past was in the data center, you will have to have Wi-Fi performance incommensurate with these capabilities that you will have in the edge AI box or the access point. And so this journey is going to continue through Wi-Fi 8 and possibly through Wi-Fi 9.
Sounds like it. Okay, before I let you go, I have to ask you about automotive Wi-Fi. It seems like as cars get more autonomous, whoever's in the car is going to have a lot more time to do other things besides drive. So it seems like Wi-Fi in cars is going to get a lot more important, right?
Extremely important. I mean, today when I pull my car into my garage, the amount of data it's uploading, downloading, based on what it saw of my driving is essential to delivering an experience that tomorrow when I drive my car out of my garage is going to be there, right? And so that level of AI capability requires that data to be taken back to whoever is post-processing the data. Wi-Fi is going to be key, number one. Number two, in-car experience is just going to be phenomenal. Today, cars come with 21 speakers. You look at the latest, greatest Lucid, basically, right? I was just reading about it. 21 speakers for some capabilities in sound, basically, that otherwise you cannot imagine in the car. All of that comes with some wireless connectivity and capability as well. I just touched on some of these examples. I mean, there's going to be gaming going on in the car, in the back seat, with kids and others, right? Getting entertained. Yeah, and latency and all those things are going to be very critical. Then car communicating with the infrastructures, right, around wherever you drive around, basically, right? All of these things, again, very essential to have the right Wi-Fi. By the way, we are already seeing many cars out there, models this year, and some in last year as well, go out with Wi-Fi 7. So at the top of our discussion, I indicated the speed at which Wi-Fi 7 is getting adopted across the board, across multiple market segments, in such a compressed amount of time is very encouraging. Like I said earlier, prove me wrong, and I'm happy to be proven wrong on this topic.
All right, Rahul Patel, Group General Manager, Connectivity, Broadband, and Networking at Qualcomm. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Martha. Great talking to you.
Yeah, it's always great to have you on The Signal. And that is our show. You can get The Signal straight to your device through Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and of course at the Wi-Fi Alliance. That's y-fi.org. I'm Martha DeGrasse here for Wi-Fi Alliance. Thank you so much for listening. Please join us next time on The Signal.